You won't break my soul. 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 I said everybody. Hey y'all, this is my review for Basketball Wives, episode 7. Let's get into the episode, shall we? So we open with Jackie and Malaysia looking a fool in these fashions as they're meeting with Duffy for drinks. When they see Duffy, she lets them know that they're invited to her 33rd birthday party in Las Vegas, and they're taking the private jet, most likely provided by VH1, and all the ladies are invited. Also, what's happening in Vegas is going to be her last DJ set with French Montana. And it's because her husband does not want her working. It's such a shame she has to give up on her dreams, but her husband still gets to live his. She says even though she's quitting DJing, her plan is to be an executive producer of an album. Sort of like she wants to be a female DJ Khaled. Now this is nice and all, but she says the only way it'll take off is if her former boss, French Montana, will be a part of it. Because if not, she thinks people won't take it seriously. So when Malaysia hears from Duffy that all the ladies are invited, she expresses her concern about getting into it with Brandy. Girl, we are tired. Just remain cordial and be adults, okay? Lord, I don't want to see them fight no more this season. We are on the 7th week of this show. I can't curse yet, y'all. I really want to. We are on the 7th week of this show. Give it a rest, please. We cut to her confessional though, and she says she's in better spirits now that she's not a weekend mom. She don't have her kids on the weekday. So yeah, she's not a weekend mom anymore. She's really happy about that. The only downside is she's staying in a 2-bedroom with her sister, 3 kids, and a dog. And I'm like, girl, is it worth it? Really? For that Basketball Wives check? Anyway, she says she's in desperate need of a vacation and she can't wait to go to Duffy's trip. Next scene, we're with Brandy and she's talking to her husband about her recent cancer scare. She doesn't know exactly what's going on yet, but she tells her husband that there's a possibility that she may need a hysterectomy. Now, of course she doesn't want to do this because, any woman doesn't want to do this, but she says that she still wants the option to have another kid soon. And in the likely case that she has to get the procedure done, she wants to definitely try to have a kid first. So that's the plan for her for now. Now this is where I think the Malaysia versus Brandy beef is going to end, because once she tells the other ladies and Malaysia finds out, I'm sure she's going to think like, damn, we're like fighting over petty shit when she has real shit going on. Next scene, we're with Duffy, who looks like she's doing an Amber Rose cosplay, and Brooke, and they're at a wig install shop. Brooke is telling Duffy about her IVF journey, and I had no idea she had 3 kids already. And 2 of them are already grown, 23 and 24. Like, I was like, how old is Brooke? And I found out that she's 45. She looks good. So she says she wants to have 1 more kid with her husband that she recently married. She said they had everything together but a child. Like I said, if Janet had a kid at 50, then anything's possible. Duffy then is talking about her party in Vegas that everyone's invited to, and she gives her a heads up that she invited twin 1 and twin 2. Brooke looks less than thrilled, but Duffy says the reason why she invited her is because she believes in giving people second chances. I'm sure by the next episode, Duffy's going to regret that decision because the drama is going to be inevitable. Next scene, we're with Malaysia. She's with her family looking at homes in the LA area. I still can't believe all of them are staying in a 2-bedroom apartment. They couldn't get an Airbnb? Like, VH1 couldn't provide lodging? Something. She got her sister, 3 kids, and a dog in a 2-bedroom apartment. I just can't believe it. And then she tells us that her house in Atlanta was 8,000 square feet. She should have just stayed where she was, honestly, and probably could have waited for a Basketball Wives franchise in Atlanta. We see she asked her sister could she watch the kids while she goes to Duffy's celebration in Vegas. Her sister is staying with her. Could you imagine if she said no? Of course her sister's gonna say yes. They then talk about her ex-husband not paying child support, and she's very trepidatious about bringing him to trial. Mostly because it's long and drawn out, it's expensive, and everybody's in your business. So next scene, we're with British, Brandy, and Brooke. Ooh, that's a lot of B's. So I did not know that British had her own hair care line. I'm thinking it was just a shell company so she could do her fraudulent activities. Anywho, they on the topic of British trying to find a man, Angel and why she's MIA from the group, and then Brooke is talking about her IVF journey again. Blah, blah, blah. Next scene, we're with Duffy, British again, and Angel, who looks like she's okay with filming now, and they're at a Botox place. I swear, this whiplash from event to event, I'm like, Jesus. Can we just stay at one place and let the plot breathe? Duffy takes this time to tell Angel that she's invited to her birthday party in Vegas, and the look on Angel's face looked like she has diarrhea. And she doesn't give her a response of a yes or no, so we don't know if she's going or not. Duffy also confronts her about what her clown said about her relationship. I think he said 2 episodes ago he was going to air Duffy out. Angel responds by actually defending and making excuses for Rockstar, but then it looks like she doesn't want any drama with Duffy, so they both agree to just let it go. Next scene, we're with Brooke hanging out with her 2 grown children. I wonder what it's like, being in your 20s and having a mom that's in her early 40s. Like, you basically have a cool mom, and she's more progressive, I'm sure. To have a progressive mom, I don't know what that's like. But that's Chris's business. Anywho, she sits them down and lets them know that she wants to have another kid. And she just wants their feedback. Her kids aren't really objective about it. I mean, they're both in their 20s, and it really doesn't affect them. They're both grown. So I don't see why they would care. Like, she's happily married, and if she wants to have a kid, I mean, hey, be happy. The only thing I would be concerned about is, like, pregnancies can be dangerous, especially, the older a woman gets. That's the only thing I would be concerned about. But if my mom is sure about having another kid, then yeah, I would definitely be supportive. And it looks like they are. Lord, next scene, we are with Twin 1 and Twin 2, and they're by themselves, no one else. At first I got nervous because I was like, wait a minute, they're getting speaking roles like by themselves in scenes? And then we see Malaysia come up and I'm like, oh, okay. So they're shopping, for some pink clothing for the PJ ride to Vegas. Malaysia still seems stressed, and she lets the twins know that all she wants to do is have fun and no drama. Girl, do you know what show you're on? I mean, she wouldn't be stressed if she stayed in that 8,000 square foot house in Atlanta. So Twin 1 says she's looking forward to seeing Angel so she can apologize to her about the whole baby shower comment. Now, even though I did think her Instagram post was funny, it was still inappropriate and shady no matter how you saw it. Like, even if she knew Angel like that, it would still be shady. I would never do that. But Malaysia tells her, instead of bringing it up, just ignore it. Ignore the drama and just be as fake as she is. That's her advice. Next scene, we're with Brandy talking to her husband on FaceTime. It looks like she visited a few doctors since we saw her in the last scene, and they're discussing the dilemma between having another baby and getting the procedure. So, based on this conversation, it looks like she's not getting a hysterectomy anytime soon, and she wants to try to go for a kid. Now, while I do agree that it's her choice, whether she wants the procedure or not, she does have a child now. And once you have a kid, your life ceases to be about you. And I think she should think about being in her child's life. Because what if it comes back and it's too late for her to get the hysterectomy? That's what I would be concerned about. So hopefully, she's successful in, having another kid and still get the procedure, because it can hopefully save her life and she won't have to worry about remission. Is that the term, y'all? Medical people in the chat when it comes back? But anyway, in all seriousness, I wish her luck on that journey, because fuck cancer. It's terrible. Next scene, we're with Angel and her clown, and they're discussing Rockstar's beef with Duffy. He says he's not mad at her anymore. I think he had his little sissy tantrum and he's over it. But then, Angel asked Rockstar his permission to go to Vegas. It's actually a little surprising that she would want to go to Vegas while she's 7 months pregnant, because she did say she's a high-risk pregnancy. Rockstar does express his concern, but it looks like she's most likely attending. Medical people in the chat, or anybody who's a mom in the chat, when is the cutoff for when you're pregnant and you can keep flying? Because I thought it was at least, 6 or 7 months. Y'all educate me, because I don't know. I thought you couldn't fly when you were really pregnant. So next scene is the day of the Vegas trip. You have the whole cast there. They're all dressed in pink and they're boarding the jet. This is sponsorship overload and obvious product placement. VH1 definitely paid for this private jet. And ain't nothing wrong with that. It's just pretty obvious, and I hope they don't give the insinuation that any of these ladies paid for it. That's all. So the episode ends with all the ladies partying on the jet, and we see a big to be continued, followed by the mid-season trailer. Lord, it looks like we got 5 or 6 weeks to go with this. I'm gonna stick with it though, y'all. I'm gonna stick with it. And side note, did y'all notice that Jennifer Williams was not in this episode at all? Just a little observation. So this mid-season trailer actually looks interesting. Like, we see British finally getting busted for fraud. We see fights that are not Malaysia and Brandy. And Wacky Jackie is back. I can't wait. Hopefully these next 5 or 6 episodes are worth my time. And my final thought on this episode is Shawnee coming back, or is she just staying her ass in Texas? Y'all let me know in the comments and what y'all think about this season so far, as well as the trailer. With that, make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see y'all for the next episode. Bye.